Okay, BB's up with a list of questions. What's up, BB? He says, hey guys, why won't you rather keep all of your methods to yourself than telling it to others? Why do you teach this? Why do you want this kind of income stream than rather hammering your methods for you only? That's a good question. I mean, originally when we got started, it was it was all of us that you see here today, but we had got together through a forum that another like mastermind that we had joined, which was basically a forum, and it was supposed to have a webinar once per month, which didn't end up panning out. but we were all paying $200 a month to be a member of this particular like mastermind community type thing, and it was mainly just access to a forum, and we would all chat often in the forum, and I ended up deciding that I wanted to create a weekly accountability group so that we could just meet on a weekly basis. At the time it was Google Hangouts, and just kind of share what was working, what wasn't working, and just learn from each other. And so all of us connected, and as well as many others, and we would just start meeting every single week. And what happened was, it was funny, but before we decided to monetize it and turn it into a business, I think we had on any given week, roughly 25 to 30 people show up every week, but it was really like just a handful of us. It was us and a few others. There's probably about eight of us that would would be sharing every single week and talking and sharing and talking and sharing. Everybody else would just show up and listen, yeah. Which was fine. But, after the original group that we had all joined and we were paying $200 a month for wasn't providing what it had promised us, we decided at some point, we realized like, hey, we're putting out better information than what we're paying $200 a month to be a part of. So why the hell don't we monetize this and turn this into a business? And so that's what we did. We formed Semantic Mastery. Before we actually became a corporation, we went out and kind of we just started trying to develop an idea of how we were going to monetize stuff. And then it took a few months before we actually incorporated, and we had to work out, we lost a few that were originally going to be partners with us, but it ended up being just the five of us. And part of it was because, there's so much, look, we can't do it all. Like, in other words, even if everybody that comes and watches these webinars on Hump Day Hangouts wanted to get into specifically tree service marketing, there's enough damn tree service contractors in the United States alone that there's enough for all of us. There's a big ocean of money slopping around out there, and there's not really any one of us can do it all. You know what I mean? There's enough room in the space for all of us, is my point. And so there was really no reason for us not to share some of our methods and techniques, especially because, in this industry, you guys know there's a lot of garbage. There's a lot of shit that gets pushed out there. And our methodology was always such that, and this was what we literally developed Semantic Mastery on, was that we would only teach stuff that has been proven, that we've proven. And because each one of us has our own digital marketing businesses in various forms, we have a vast amount of experience, and we only share what we know to work with our own projects and our own clients and such, so that it makes it not risky for our members and our students. And that was part of the reason that we wanted to do it, was to kind of help to, provide some good stuff out there among all the bullshit, if that makes sense. And so, and it's just stuck. This is not my primary source of income, but it has been good to us, to me, and so that's part of the reason we do these free on every single week, is so that we can give back to this industry, which has treated me well over the years. So that's my take on it. What say you?
Yeah. So I'm thinking about this, and from the numbers that I know, I think it's at least $4 trillion that was spent only online shopping last year. 4 trillion. How much of that do you need to be happy? Or how much of that do you, I know want is like a really heavy word. How much do you need? I want the entire trillion. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not greedy like that. I'm happy with a piece of the pie. I love to compete, so I don't mind people coming on with, and like Bradley said, there's plenty of room in the tree service market if you want to get in it. But not only that, if you want to compete with me, you're more than welcome. Let's see. We have an even playing field, because I'm giving you the same information that I use to get results. Now let's see who wins, because at that point, now we're at war, or what I see as war. And I'm at war with you if you're my competitor, and I'm going to do all I can to knock you off, man. Because there's only room for one number one, and I'm going to try to get as many of that 2 or 3 of those other positions in the top 10 to knock you out. I mean, and it's just it's but that's my competitive nature. But I'm also seeing it. I'm not a person who comes from scarcity. I don't like that. I don't like people who look. There's only $4 trillion. I'm like, holy crap, 4 trillion only in online shopping. That doesn't include how much money is traded online, how much money there is, for example, in the service sector, and all these other things that take place online. You can do so many other things online other than have an e-commerce site or an affiliate, or you can provide services. You can provide services for service providers. So many different things that you can do. If a person comes into my neck of the woods and they want to compete, then you're more than welcome. So BB, the answer is, like, I don't give a shit. I want people making as much money as they can off Google and off the other search engines. Once they dominate Google, go after Bing, go after whoever else you want to go after, because it doesn't make a difference. You're not taking money, or you're not taking food off my table by me sharing my methods, my systems with you, by making them available, by this being an income stream. And I laugh when I see that, because this is free. We don't make any money off of this. This is free. So if we had any kind of scarcity mentality, we wouldn't even be doing this. So you wouldn't even have this available for you to come and ask this question. And then not only that, like, my main source of income isn't Semantic Mastery. It's not MGYB. It's not the Heavy Hitter Club. And in fact, I do Hump Day Hangouts because it's fun, because I enjoy it. I like to talk shit. I like to share information. I like for people to know the bullshit that they're being fed in other SEO groups. And I like to give back to the SEO community that has given me so much during the time that I've been online, which is 18 years, 18 and counting right now. So that's my answer. It's not scarcity. It's fun. And there's plenty of money to go around, man. Plenty.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, I think it's fun. And also it's, this might sound cliche, but over the years, we've had many students or members, because like I said, in the mastermind, I don't consider those guys students, or those folks students. They're members, right? Because they're colleagues essentially. And we've had many of our members or whatever that have over the years become very, very successful. And, they've given us some credit for that. Obviously, it's them that does the hustle. We've just provided them information, but they had to apply it and put in the work and everything else. So it's them that did it. But we had some part, and we've been given credit for that at some level, in helping them to succeed. And that's very rewarding. It really is. That's part of the reason I got into doing this, just to help encourage other people to make a change in their life, to get over the rat race, working just over broke, right? JOB, having a job, being just over broke, and doing something to secure their own financial future, or at least give them more control over their own financial future. And that's part of the reason I got into doing it, because, I spent many years literally behind a computer screen studying and testing for, 14, 15, 16 hours a day before I started making any money. And then once I started making money, I wanted to be able to help other people to do that as well. And all of us, my partners and I, all have that, that desire to help others, or else we wouldn't have done this all this time. And that's what I was pointing out up here, 335 episodes. And this is the free webinar that we do every single week. So that's well over 6 years. We're going on close to 7 years now, which is insane. So anybody else want to comment on that? Adam, Hernan? We got time.
No, I think you guys kind of, a combination of all of that. Yeah, it's fun, and, sharing this is definitely a part of it. And I think over the years, myself, have moved more into that non-scarcity mindset, of there's so much out there, and, there's so many ideas. I've probably even gone even further, where it's just like, yeah, we could share all day, because so few people are going to take the time to implement things and get things done. And it is work, right? When it comes down to it, you got to steal from Marco, do the do, right? You can listen all day, but if you don't implement, it doesn't mean shit. So, yeah.
Amen.
Anyways, and it is fun. I like getting on here and talking. And, I just think it's funny if you guys go back a few years in the archives on YouTube and check us out. And I especially would be like, hey guys, like, hey, I'm Adam. Now it's like, man, screw it. I want to talk to people. Let's do this. So good times.
Yeah. Essie, our new, we got time, guys. We don't really have any other questions coming through, but Essie, our new, member who's instructor for Syndication Academy. She, when we were launching that a few weeks ago, her and I got on a Zoom call to record basically the sales video, the video sales letter. And she was super nervous. And it was funny because she was like, I don't know if I can do this, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling her, I was like, hey, you're going to get better. Don't worry about it. Like, honestly, you'll get better. It's just like anything else. You get better at it with time. You get more comfortable doing it. And I remember that's why I was talking about the YouTube Silo Academy. That was one of the very first few products that we launched. And, I was close to 300 pounds at that time. And it was a real close up headshot. It was just my fat face talking into the camera. And it's so funny because as Adam says, you look back and it's like, wow, we've come a long way. I'm so much more comfortable talking to on a webinar and such now. So yeah, it's been interesting to watch kind of the progression of all of us. And we're still here. We're still doing this every single fucking Wednesday. I mean, again, 335, we're going on 7 years now. So, I'm proud of us for doing that.